So I'm here today with the lovely Kara Tointon, and we're chatting about Patrick Hamilton's Gaslight.
Yes.
So Kara, thank you ever so much for your time today.
Thank you.
So Gaslight returned into the UK stage in 2017, and you're going to be playing the lead role of Bella. Now, for those who aren't maybe familiar with Gaslight, could you just tell us a little bit about the show itself?
Yes. Gaslight is a psychological thriller. It's not your normal whodunit. And Patrick Hamilton, the writer, is known for writing films Rope, which was a thriller made into a film by Hitchcock. And for me, this is a little bit different because I've never done a thriller before, and the last few plays I've done have been comedies. So this is a little bit of a gritty part, and it's a great female lead, so I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into something a little bit different.
Fantastic. So, as you touched upon, it's a show, it deals with like mind games and manipulation and psychological elements.
Yes.
So that must be, as you say, pretty juicy material for you to be tackling as an actress.
For sure. It's not something I can relate to, but I think in life we go through everyday lives with an agenda, and we maybe manipulate situations, without knowing that we're sort of moving things in the way we want them to go. But with this is an extreme scenario, and Bella is a young woman who's not a weakling. She's really strong, but slowly but surely she's being mentally manipulated, and it's kind of sad. But we want to, although it's a period piece set in 1880, we want to sort of modernise it as much as possible because it's relatable for people nowadays, although you hope that people aren't going through such extreme scenarios, but it's out there and it's a subject that should be spoken about.
Definitely. And on the topic of Bella, the character, obviously she's a role that's been played by quite a few prolific actresses, both on stage and on screen. For you as an actor, as a performer, how aware do you let yourself be of those previous interpretations, and how have you gone about like finding your own stamp and take on the role?
It's always quite difficult to take a role that's been done by such great actors in the past. But usually you look at how long ago it was done on the stage and you think, has there been a long enough gap? Because sometimes, it's nice to have had some time and you can rejuvenate and put your own stamp on something. And more often than not, you haven't seen someone else's performance. When you have, and it's an iconic film, that can bring a whole different, it's a whole different ball game, because that's a scary, you're filling shoes that are unfillable most of the time, so you have to just do your own thing with it and do your best, and indulgently you're loving it, but usually people have got something to say.
Well, you did it before on Pygmalion, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which I saw, and you were fantastic in that.
You?
So
Thank
it was,
you.
yeah. So
that's such. I mean, it's such. You don't. These female roles that come about, when you get offered them, you'd be silly not to give it a go. And Eliza's one of the best parts you could ever play as a young woman. So you get to go through this massive journey. Had to get it in there somewhere.
Well, it's very true.
But
very
it's
true.
So I try and just you've just got to look at a piece and do it in your way as much as you can.
Brilliant. Okay, now we're incredibly excited to be having this show premiere here in Birmingham. It's actually opening in January here at the Alex. So how are you feeling about debuting the show here to Birmingham audiences?
I'm really excited because we'll be having a little tech week and then opening here on the 6th. And Birmingham's a great place to be, so why not start here? And I hope people, start their new year with something a little bit gripping and dark.
Well, I think they're going to be really receptive to it. Like you said, Christmas will have been out the way. Everyone will have had enough of cheesy, happy musicals and whatnot. And
it'll be something, it's a good kind of
definitely.
U-turn for people.
And obviously then you take the show on the tour across the UK. Are you a fan of the touring process?
I am. I'm naturally quite a homebody, and I don't like going away very often, but when it comes to touring, I find it's a lovely length. We're going on the road for about 8 weeks. Some towns are commutable, and the other times it's kind of a little mini break, to be honest, and it's always quite fun. And equally so interesting to perform in different theatres where the dynamic of, maybe the acoustically or the setting of it, you have to rearrange certain things. So it keeps it really fresh. And the audience is actually the final character in a play, I think, because they're what they give can, you know, usually it's a little bit of a shock that first few the nights of doing it, because you have to change your timing slightly depending on how they react. And so I always find that that's the best thing about theatre, is the live audience aspect. So it's fun to go around the country.
Lovely. Well, you've got a fantastic duo of co-stars joining you in the process anyway. You've got obviously Rupert Young and Keith Allen.
Yes.
So how are you feeling about working with them? Have you started rehearsals? And
they're fantastic, actually. A really really good bunch, and we've had a lot of fun.
Brilliant. And finally, just before we go, just to lighten the mood a little, obviously this play and subsequent film coined the term gaslighting. Can you recall a time when you've either gaslit someone or had it happen to you yourself, where you've like maybe slightly cheekily misled someone, or had somebody make you question your own sanity at all?
That's a good question. Not to this sort of extreme, but that's a really good. You're going to have to leave me. No, I can't.
We'll come back to it in January.
Yeah, exactly. I'll let you know.
I'll let you have Christmas. You can have a think about it.
I'm sure something will happen over Christmas, and something with the turkey maybe.
Maybe get up to a bit of it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely.
I'll try.
Kara, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. Thank you ever so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to seeing the show when it opens here on Friday the 6th of January in the new year.
Thanks,
Kara.
Thank you so much.